Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to this week's Weekly Energy Boost. My name is Elisheva, and today Eitan and I are breaking down the real meaning of the repetitive patterns in our lives and how this week is the opportunity to break free and break through the real source of the looped movies we experience in our lives, how we can truly embrace a new beginning in this week and let go of the need to have familiarity, sameness, and predictability as a source of comfort in our lives. I think a lot of people don't realize that the chaos and the challenges they experience are really a result of being stuck in the same patterns and responses to life's opportunities. And today, in this week, we have a huge opportunity to shift into a new reality, a new movie, not to loop into the same cycle as we've experienced over the years, and really, for ourselves and for the world, create a breakthrough that will bring lasting blessings and fulfillment. Weekly Energy Boost is a 7-day spiritual weather forecast where we provide our listeners with the most practical and powerful tools to navigate the coming 7 days. We do that by gleaning through the wisdom and tools of Kabbalah and offering in every episode timeless wisdom and timeless tools that you can use no matter what the week or the year of your life. And because we're beginning a new cycle in the series of readings that we do every year, every week, in the Torah, in the Old Testament, and that's really where we get a lot of the secrets and consciousness that we share on Weekly Energy Boost. Because we're beginning a new cycle, anytime we have something new, a new month, a new year, a new seed to plant, we try to bring attention to it. And this is one of the biggest opportunities to do that this week. So Eitan, how do we start creating that different reality that we've been speaking about for almost 2 months already?
Maybe we'll start with decodifying the literal story from the Torah about Adam and Eve. The fact that God told Adam and then Eve joined Adam, for now you can eat only from the tree of life. But from the tree of knowledge, good and bad, you should not eat. And then we know that few hours before Friday night, the beginning of the Shabbat, Eve and then Adam tasted from the tree of knowledge, good and bad. And that's what brought about death, limitation, negativity, chaos into the world. What is the main lesson? What are the Kabbalists, specifically Rav Ashlag, help us to understand in relation to our life? The Creator told Adam and Eve, which basically it's us. The Creator told us, is telling us, I would like you to have everything. The tree of life and the tree of knowledge that representing even potentially greater blessing. I would like you to have everything. But there's only one requirement. If you want to be able to handle, to create capacity for more blessings, for more prosperity, for more love, for more spiritual growth, for more ability to influence, you need to earn it. What does it mean, earning? You need to restrict instant gratification. And what basically the Creator told Adam and Eve and told us, guys, I would like you to have also the tree of knowledge. But you need to restrict from having this intense energy, because the tree representing energy, light, blessing, greater job, greater health, greater spiritual attainment. You need just to resist insignification. What does it mean, insignification? When the blessing, the pleasure that I'm interested to connect with, stronger than my capacity to say no to it, it means it controls me. Let's say you being recognized and appreciated, and it take control over you. You become full of yourself. It means that blessing, that attainment, stronger than your ability to resist the need for insignification. So the Creator told them, when you are able to say no to all these blessings, when you reach certain level of resisting attachment to a blessing, now you are able to handle everything. What happened to Adam and Eve with the snake that represents the opponent? They couldn't stop and wait until Friday night. If they would wait until Friday night, they'll be able to, because every moment you're waiting and you run away from insignification, you run away for the glory of the minute, you run away from the pleasure of the minute, you run away from telling everybody how great you are. Just moment of not getting what the body wants. Every time you're doing it, you expand your vessel. I can handle. If they would wait all the way, they'll be able to handle the tree of knowledge that representing immortality forever, that representing receiving in a balanced way without creating a short circuit for the sake of sharing. So what the Creator in this weekly portion, Genesis, and in this week, which is the beginning of a cycle, tells all of us, I want you to have everything. And I'm also giving you the strength, the discipline to restrict insignification, because that's what it takes to expand our vessel. And if you want both, you want unlimited blessings, and you want also the strength to resist whatever each one of us, and maybe Elisheva will talk about it, is tough for them to resist. You can have it all. So you start, Elisheva. What does it mean practically for us? Resisting instant gratification.
It shows up in so many ways, and we often talk about the concept of tikkun, that each person has a tailor-made life plan to help us get to the best version of ourselves. And that's why what's easy for one person to resist is impossible or feels impossible for another person to resist. I was just speaking with someone who was telling me that she had found an employee who she thought was perfect and felt so good about and had so much to offer, so much value to add, and she really needed the help. And she found out that the person that she offered the job to took a job somewhere else. Now that, again, it doesn't have to be about an employee. It can be about a piece of clothing that you wanted, an opportunity you were looking forward to, something else, something you wanted to buy, or even if you're looking forward to going out with someone, or plans that get canceled, right? In that moment, you feel the disappointment, the letdown, the frustration, the expectations were here, and now the bubble is deflated. And in that specific case, she felt, and I believe all of us at some point would feel this, rejected, like I'm not, what's wrong with me? I'm not good enough, or what I'm working on isn't good enough. And the reality sets in, right? There is an emotional reaction. And I think it's important to also break down what happens. We feel upset, whatever it is that we were attached to, we're not getting that fulfillment that we wanted right now. And a lot of us will look to something else to get that instant gratification, to feel better. You might call a friend or a relative and say, who is she? Who does she think she is? And talk badly about her to make yourself feel that little rush of energy that you didn't get when she rejected you. But the fact of the matter is that if we slow down what's going on in those moments and we don't get what we want, or we don't feel the validation or the recognition, or that expectation isn't met, what's really happening is the universe is telling us you can have more than that. You can have something bigger than that. You think that this is the perfect employee or the perfect dress or the perfect vacation. You can have even more. You can be even more fulfilled if you'll only release the attachment to that thing. And like you said, Eitan, those words, expand your vessel. The attachment is an indication of a smaller desire than you're capable of receiving. So in that moment, you realize, and what's beautiful about this story is this person realized, you know what? Maybe this is from the Creator also. And she sat with it for a while, which was uncomfortable, without talking to her husband, going to the other employee, like really just pausing and sitting in that discomfort of having an expectation that wasn't met. And she realized, you know what? We actually don't even need that role to be fulfilled. We don't need to spend the money on that position. If we each pick up a little bit more responsibility, we can save the money and still stay aligned with the vision that the rest of us have. So in that moment, I think that that's what's so beautiful, is that if you can pivot and realize this is from the light, the fact that she's saying no, it's not that she's rejecting me. It's that the Creator is telling me there's something bigger and better waiting for me. And the bigger and better was saving money, more unity in the team. It's like she had this whole beautiful revelation as a result. And the funny thing is, she didn't talk to her husband about it. And her husband had the same feeling. They came to each other and they said, you know, I had a realization, you go first. And they both had that same realization that there's a better way to go about it. This person isn't the savior we thought they were going to be. And to feel in that moment, and I believe it's really about training ourselves, right? Not getting the parking spot, not getting the text back immediately, not having the meal delivered the way you want. Practicing releasing the need for that instant gratification, that having things exactly the way I want them, really helps us to train ourselves for the bigger and more important ways that the universe will ask us to detach from our urge to grab the energy in the way, in the form that we want it in that moment, and to allow that expansion so that we can receive even greater and more fulfilling blessings on down the line.
Beautiful. So just to summarize, this week of Genesis, planting the seed for the whole year. Number one, you want to think bigger. Greater blessings, as long as it's within the context of to receive for the sake of sharing. Around work, around relationship, around influence, around making a difference. Think bigger. At the same time, we know that if you think bigger, we need to create greater foundation to be able to handle the greater blessing, which in Kabbalah we call greater force of resistance. The Rav Berg used to say, if you cannot handle rejection, you can't handle success. Let's say you're about to close a major deal and it didn't happen your way and you collapsed completely because of the rejection. So if it would happen your way, it will collapse you in a different way. So actually, at the moment you think bigger, guess what's happening? The Creator will send you situations and opportunity to expand your vessel. Like Elisheva said, rejections, delays. I expected it to be today, it's tomorrow. Oh, it's a bummer. I'm going down. No. You build your vessel, embrace it. Opportunity to practice patience. Suddenly someone else become the center of attention. Not like you wanted. The Creator building your vessel. Are you able to give similar energy to someone else and happy for someone else like you would be for yourself? So actually, when you think bigger, the Creator also sending us the situation that will help us to create a safe vessel that can handle the success, vessel of humility, vessel of not taking ourselves too seriously. Unfortunately, if everything will go our way, we will be so much full of ego and full of ourselves, our vessel will crash. So if you want it all, absolutely envision bigger blessings. But envision also unexpected situation come your way, which they have a design behind them to strengthen my vessel. It's part of the blessing. When you build, you have a 10-story building, and you have certain foundation beneath, few floors foundation. If you decide to build, you know what, let me build another 10 stores on top of it, 10 floors on top of it. You need to deepen your foundation to handle more. There's the external and the internal. I need both. Of course, I want to reveal light in a way for the sake of sharing back. Are you willing to do the work inside? Are you willing to embrace moment like Elisheva said, that things don't go according to our plan? That's how you strengthen your vessel and embrace them. Wow! I'm building my vessel. I'm expanding my vessel. I'm expanding my vessel. So I want both. I want huge blessings to be channeled in a positive way. And I want the capacity to handle it, to appreciate it, to enjoy it.
It's funny because most people, when they don't get their way or things are delayed or they get rejected, they perceive it as punishment. And if you look at what we're sharing today, it's the opposite. Meaning, you may say, oh, this always happens, or why is this happening again? Or I'm such a good person. I don't understand. The universe is designed in such a way that if the Creator gives us an opportunity to expand our vessel, to delay that instant gratification, that our expectations aren't met exactly the way for the sake of building that stronger foundation, if we miss the opportunity, let's say we do get upset, angry, whatever it is, whatever our natural response is to not having our expectations met, the Creator will send us another opportunity and another opportunity and another opportunity. And that's why for so many people, relationships can feel like they're in a loop. Their professional life can feel like it's in a loop, not because somebody is punishing you or you're doing something wrong. And of course, we can always do something better. But I think it's important that we understand, right? This beginning of the reading again of the Torah and starting with Genesis again happens every year. You could easily say, and I know Rav Berg said it often, I heard it last year. Why do I need to hear it this year? I participated last year. I learned about this last year. Why do I need to learn about it again this year? Because the process of growth is that the whole year is set up to give us another infusion of energy, another awakening, another seed planting, another perspective shifting. The universe is supporting us. Yeah, we missed the lesson last time around. We're getting the opportunity now. And maybe we got the lesson last time, and today, this week, is our opportunity to level it up, that my vessel is ready to grow to its next level. So what's the commitment that I'm willing to make? What's the discomfort I'm willing to tolerate to welcome in that new version of myself? To me, even in the work that we do with individuals, you see that there is a pattern in the way that the opportunities express themselves. And of course, again, it's connected to tikkun. But the moment we change the way we perceive what's going on, we change the way that things need to happen. If you get the message and you make that shift, you know what? This wasn't the right person. Or I know that the Creator has something better in mind for me. I'm gonna keep my mind open. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled. I'm gonna wait for the message that's coming to me. That shift, again, you may show up to the same office, live at the same address, drive the same car, have the same family. The internal is what needs to shift. And the mistake I think a lot of people make is say, what am I doing wrong? It's not that you're necessarily doing something physical that needs to shift. It's an internal shift, a perspective change, that willingness to tolerate the unknown or the uncomfortable or the unfamiliar. That willingness often is enough to open the gates to the next opportunity. But the awareness that I think the universe is asking all of us to take upon ourselves this week is, what are those internal habits? Where's the disappointment, the wounds of disappointment, the wounds of failure? Where am I expecting things not to work out? Therefore, I'm inviting disappointment, rejection, and all those other things. What if I expected things to work out? There still may be, things still might not work out the way I expect them to, but the moment I make that internal shift, I create a new pathway for my life to follow. So I think it's also important that everyone sees that it's not that there's only this external collaboration happening between the creator and the universe and all the spiritual forces around us. The trigger for all of that is us. And the moment we get what the universe would like us to get through an experience, we don't need the loop to keep happening. That really the key to interrupting those patterns, that loop, the same old, is me shifting. And you don't have to change where you live or where you work or your last name in order to experience a change. It really is a shift on the inside that we're talking about creating, that the universe is asking us to step into, and then the external will follow that lead. I wonder, Eitan, if there's anything, a practice or a mantra or something we can leave our listeners with before we wrap up that can help them stay open to the opportunity of this week.
Yeah, I think, imagine, without shadow of a doubt, that from the creator point of view, from the universe point of view, from the potential of what life is presenting to you, it's always about having more. You're about to have more. Instead of, like Elisheva said, punish yourself. Yes, but I don't deserve it. I failed, I made a mistake. Even mistakes, minute after the mistakes, if I use it as opportunity, embrace the mistake, learn the mistake, the Creator wants to give you more than you ever had. That's the consciousness for this week and for the whole year. It's about having more. Because at the moment you believe, no, it's about having less, and that's life. I missed the opportunity. I missed the train already. That's will be your reality. So really keeping that consciousness, as long as you're willing to constantly build your vessel. Resistance means approach any situation that didn't go your way with embrace. Expanding your vessel. How? I don't know. I'm just going against my body consciousness. My body wants everything to be my way. Everything sometimes doesn't go your way. And you embrace it as I'm expanding my vessel, you allow the universe to manifest more.
I love it. And speaking of manifesting more, over the last week or so, actually 2 weeks now, we've launched something very new, very exciting that we wanted to share with our listeners. And basically, we've revamped Kabbalah.com, the website that many of you have become familiar with, that hosts our classes and courses and seminars and live events. We have now shifted it into a platform. Eitan, maybe you can share some of the exciting innovations that we've developed that you've been involved with over the last few weeks.
So, as some of you know, we launched recently the Kabbalah Masterclass, which is the new Kabbalah.com, which offer beautiful masterclasses in different topics with Michael, Monica, myself, and other teachers, and more coming every week, include daily. And one of the masterclasses that I had the honor and the privilege to be part of, me and Madonna filmed an all masterclass. It's called Mystical Study of the Zohar, which is basically 8 sessions. Madonna is my student for the last almost 3 decades. And we decided recently, since we study every week from the Zohar, let's share our study with many more people. We felt it's the time to spread the light. So we basically took 8 topics and 8 different sections from the Zohar that I'm sharing from the Zohar. I'm sharing the lesson, but as important, if not more, Madonna as a student and as a successful person in this 1% world, sharing in a vulnerable way. How does she relate to this topic? So, for example, we spoke about one of the topic is reincarnation, and how does it connect to our personal tikkun? And she spoke about her own mom. And we spoke about how to attain to true freedom and breaking out of slavery, how to awaken true desire. We spoke about the art of manifestation, the ego of I'm the manifester versus I'm allowing manifestation to take place. We spoke about what happened when you chase after things that don't belong to you and how to start to align with the things that belongs to you. We spoke about false God. We all have our own false God, temporary fulfillment. We spoke about the secret of forgiveness and beautiful, she's sharing beautiful, vulnerable way, the process that she had to go through recently as letting go of grudges and forgiveness. And at the end, also about love. So I would recommend very much to visit the masterclass, Kabbalah.com, Kabbalah Masterclass. This particular masterclass, it's been filmed in a very artistic, beautiful way, and really to plant the seed for change and desire for more. So I would invite all of you to join us. It's in a pay-as-you-can basis to allow everybody to participate. So, and more, almost every week, we're going to upload in the new format more. There's a class that Marcus did, for example, I think Kabbalah
Money Mastery. I think it's called Money Mastery.
Another class I've done with another successful businessman. It's called Success with Soul. And there's Monica Berg about love, about fear is not an option. Michael Berg, Advanced Kabbalah, is recording more classes about the Zohar, and so much more meditation is coming, and dailies and weeklies. So a lot of fascinating topic, professionally produced in a way it can be digested and you can share it with so many more people.
Yes, so we want to invite everybody to visit. We'll put the link in the show notes, Kabbalah.com. Once you sign up, you have access to the courses and like Eitan said, really, really highly curated and professionally produced content that, I mean, I started to watch it also, and I'm so inspired and excited. So we want to make sure that you as our listeners know about it and get first dibs, and that you also know it's something you can share with the people that you want to share this wisdom with as well. So we'll put all the links on weeklyenergyboost.com in the show notes, and we'd love to hear from you. So please visit weeklyenergyboost.com, where you can find those links, as well as all the other things we think are important for our listeners to know about. You can click the donate button to support Weekly Energy Boost, search through our archives, or send us a mission. We also want to make sure that you're following us on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube, so you can receive even more content to live what we speak about every week. And as always, share this episode. I think a lot of us are stuck in that expectation of the same thing, same time, different channel. Really, like we're almost resigned to the fact that life is the way it's going to be, and just to accept it that way. And we're here to share with you, not only this week, but every week, change is the only thing you can count on. And that's why we're here. We hope to see you next week on the Weekly Energy Boost.